first thing I'm going to do is to attach the gusset to the front of our panty. So let me take this away. So it needs to join there, and I've made a marking to tell me that this is the end, not this end, that joins to the front of the panty. So make sure I'm going to just take one piece of gusset. I'm going to make it right sides facing and pin it together. You can use clip if you're worried that the pins might snag the yarns in your fabric. So this is right sides facing. I'm going to flip this around. So on this side, I'm going to let the right side face down. The right side of the gusset face down. So the front panty is being sandwiched by the two pieces of gusset. And you join them at the seam allowance that's given. So I've joined 3 layers together. I'm just going to go ahead and trim off a triangle at the edge, so it reduces bulk for the edges. I'm going to flip one of the gusset up. So this should be the right side of the fabric. I'm going to take my back panty and I'm going to do right sides facing each other. So it should be joined on the other end of the gusset. And in order for us to attach the second piece of gusset, we have to do the same. Our panty has to be sandwiched between 2 layers of gusset. So in order for us to do it for the back panty, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to roll up my back panty and I'm going to roll up my front panty. So that's my gusset, and I'm going to just wrap it over this way. So you can see the panties are actually being sandwiched by the gusset, and I'm going to pin. Make sure you only have 3 layers in there, and we can go ahead and join them on the machine. So right now I'm going to go ahead and trim the corners as well to reduce bulk. And I'm going to, it's kind of looking like a burrito, so I'm going to just pull out my panty. There you have it. Okay, so the gusset is done. So I'm going to go ahead and join the side seams. So make sure your panties are right sides facing each other. And I'm going to join each side seam. One side seam, and I'm going to join the other side. So go ahead and join them at the seam allowance. So I've gone ahead and joined the 2 side seams. If you have a serger with you, you could also serge the edges as well, which is what I've done here. So I'm going to turn this inside out with the outside, the good side facing outside. And now we're going to apply the Pico elastic on the crotch opening as well as the waist. I have 2 colors here. I'm going to go with the dusty pink. Never cut your elastic to length before you apply it. I usually cut it almost towards the end of sewing. So I'm going to apply it from the back. So I'm going to do the crotch first. So you want to apply it this way. This is the good side, the right side of my panty. And you want to apply your picot elastic such that the picots are actually facing the inside. Okay, we're going to use zigzag stitch to attach the first round before we flip it, and zigzag for top stitching on the second round. There you will have the picot sticking out on the outside after that. Okay, so for the first round of stitching, it will be done this way, on the good side of your panty, with the picot facing inwards. Okay, I will line up the elastic with the edge of my crotch, and I'll use zigzag. Now the setting of your zigzag, you need to check on your machine. Where I want the zigzag to land is just underneath the picot. Alright, let's go to the machine. So I've applied the picot elastic to one of the leg opening. So you can see that's where the zigzag needs to sit with respect to the picot. And now we're just going to flip it on the inside and do a zigzag stitch to top stitch it down. So all you see is just the picot peeking out. So that's one leg opening done, and you can do the same for the other leg opening. So that's the other leg opening that's done in the exact same way. And now for the waist is done in the exact same manner as well. And there you have it, the panty that you self-drafted and sewn.